You know how earbuds always leave you with a bunch of yeah, but questions? Comfort, sound, ANC, daily convenience. That's why the Galaxy Buds 4 Pro actually matter this year, because Samsung didn't just tweak stuff, they changed the whole approach, and it shows fast. First thing, the old look is basically gone. No more slightly blocky vibe, no LED on the buds, and none of that overly plasticky silhouette. Now it's more grown up. Metal, sharper lines, cleaner execution, and a finish that finally feels premium. But the real change isn't what you see. The shape is still familiar, round body with a stem, but the in-ear feel? Totally different. They're 5.1 grams each, which sounds like nothing until you wear them. You pop them in and forget they're there. Comfort-wise, I rate them above the WF-1000 XM6, and that sets up the controls. Samsung moved the touch controls to the sides, and thank you for that. Way fewer accidental taps. Gestures feel natural. One press pauses, another resumes, two presses skips tracks, and sliding handles volume. You can also trigger the AI, and I didn't get any false positives. But the case matters too. The case keeps the transparent lid, but the earbuds don't sink into a narrow slot anymore. They just rest in place. Sounds small, isn't. It's easier to clean, it traps less grime, and long-term, that's huge. No more cotton swab missions to reach connectors. And the basics are clean. USB-C, sync button, front LED, but let's talk sound. Samsung went deep on audio, a new acoustic architecture, an 11mm woofer, a dual speaker setup, and a new codec. You also get a 9-band EQ now, plus AI that adapts to your ear shape. It genuinely feels like they started over from scratch. So what happens when you hit play? The tuning comes off precise. Bass is there but controlled, mids stay clean, highs don't beat you up after an hour. It's just a really solid balance, and it works across basically any genre. And with that EQ, you can push it closer to your taste, which brings up the obvious question. Stacking them up, for me, yes, subjective, they're clearly above the AirPods Pro 3. Versus the WF-1000 XM6, it's different. Sony still edges them out on richness and soundstage depth with a more surgical, nuanced presentation. Still, these are legit strong and way ahead of the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. Now ANC. Noise canceling gets 5 levels now. It adapts to your ear shape and your movement, it can detect conversations, and it even picks up certain alarms. In the Metro or the RER, I wasn't cranking the volume. Same deal in busy city hours and at the gym. So yeah, the performance is absolutely there. But is it the best? Honestly, no. In my experience, the XM6 and AirPods Pro 3 still have a slight edge, especially up in the higher frequencies. But it's close, and that matters. Best on paper isn't always best in real life. And for most people, the Buds 4 Pro will be plenty. The bigger story is the ecosystem. On a Galaxy phone, it's instant. Open the case, they show up, paired in about 1 second. It's that same frictionless thing that made AirPods such a default recommendation. No digging through Bluetooth menus, no button gymnastics. You just open the lid and go. And Samsung adds a twist. There's a new control panel right inside the volume bar. ANC, 360 audio, EQ, all right there. Two options really stand out though: dialogue amplification and volume normalization. Best part? It works everywhere. Netflix, Disney+, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, so you can tune audio around your hearing strengths and weaknesses. And that changes the wrap-up. They're not the single best earbuds on the market. Sony still leads on pure sound, and Apple stays extremely strong on ANC. But the way I see it, Samsung nailed the overall balance. Excellent comfort, solid audio, strong ANC, deep software integration, and no real weak points. That's rare. On Android, it's simple, and on Galaxy, it's almost obvious. Take care of yourself, take care of your ears. Ciao.